What if one of the best ways to help your son overcome fear is to let him watch you do it first? In today's episode, we're talking about trying new things, pushing through uncertainty, and helping our teen boys build confidence, courage, and resilience. Because sometimes the lessons our sons learn aren't from what we tell them, it's from what they see us do. Welcome to Raising Boys with Purpose, a Christian parenting podcast for moms raising teens and young adult sons. I'm Brooke, a boy mom and parenting coach. And here we talk about raising sons, building character, and preparing our boys for adulthood with confidence and faith. For more encouragement and conversation throughout the week, come join our Raising Boys with Purpose Facebook group. The links for all my social media are in the description. Has there ever been something you wanted to try, but it seemed too hard? Or maybe you just lacked the confidence? Maybe it was a career change or something as simple as learning to dance. No one wants to look like a fool, but as we stop trying new things, our world becomes small. We don't want that for ourselves, and we certainly don't want that for our sons, do we? So I've always loved to read. I used to haunt libraries, bookstores, and used bookstores. There was a used bookstore chain I discovered in Texas called Half Price Books. It was great. I could take the books I had finished, get credit for them, and then buy more books with that credit for half the price. I enjoyed wandering the aisles and seeing all the books available, especially the ones that were no longer in print or hard to find. I loved it. For years, I had this dream of owning my own bookstore. I thought it would be the best job in the world. That dream hung on for a long time. And eventually, my husband and I had the opportunity to make it happen. It was scary, but if we didn't take the chance, would I always regret it? So I learned a couple new words today, and I'm probably going to mess up pronouncing them. First, we have autoicophobia, the intense fear of failure. And then there's neophobia, the extreme fear of anything new or unfamiliar. Now, intense and extreme are strong words, but honestly, just regular fear of failure or fear of trying something new is often enough to hold us back. You hear all the slogans. Live life to the fullest. The only thing to fear is fear itself. There's truth in those statements, but how do we actually get there? And how do we help our teen boys get there too? One of the greatest gifts we can give our sons as we prepare them for adulthood is showing them that it's okay to try new things, even when they're uncomfortable. Right now, while our sons are still at home, we have the opportunity to encourage them to step out and try something new. Everyone has this vision of teen boys being fearless daredevils, and that's true to a point. But we know our sons. We know when they want to try something but hold themselves back because of uncertainty or fear. One of the best ways to help them move forward is by moving forward ourselves. Let's start by picking a few things we'd like to do that scare us a little. We have the next 2 or 3 months before fall and school kick in. They don't have to be big things. Maybe it's trying oysters for the first time. I say yuck, but I've never actually tried them, so maybe they're amazing. Maybe it's visiting that ethnic food store you've always wanted to explore because you love the food and you want to learn how to make it, but it's unfamiliar and outside your comfort zone. It's time. Go try those oysters and take your son with you. Let him try them too. And maybe you'll both discover they're not all they're cracked up to be. Or maybe you'll love them. Make your list and take your son with you to that grocery store. Get the ingredients. Try something new together. You're showing your son how to step into something uncomfortable instead of avoiding it. And while you're working on your list, ask your son if there are things he'd like to try but has been holding back from because of fear or uncertainty. Listen to him. Then encourage him to pick a few things and give them a try. Maybe his friends all have the dance moves at school dances, and he'd like to as well. But he's afraid of making a fool of himself. It might be time for a dance class. He was your support while you were trying something new, and now you can be his. Here's the thing. When we started our used bookstore, there was no guarantee of success. It was scary, and it involved our entire family. Not just financially either. It changed after-school routines, summers, and holiday breaks. Our boys spent time in the store, and we involved them in every process. At the time, they didn't fully understand the risk or the fear of failure. But looking back now, they know their parents were willing to try something new and challenging. Hopefully, that encourages them to do the same, even when things don't go according to plan. Just because you work up the courage to try something new, something you've always wanted to do, doesn't mean you'll like it. And it doesn't mean it will be successful. I understand people are trying to help when they say, let go of fear. But to me, that makes it sound like the fear is suddenly gone and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Where's the courage in that? If we wait until the fear disappears, we'll miss out on so much. Instead, we need to push through it. Don't give in to it. Choose to do the things you want to do despite the fear. Accept the challenge. When we show our sons that we are willing to move forward despite fear and uncertainty, we're showing them that they can do the same. We can start with small things and build up. Or, if you're feeling brave, go straight to the top. Fear of heights? Get on that zip line. Fear of the ocean? Put those feet in the water. Then the knees, then the thighs, and before you know it, you're swimming. Let's teach our sons to swim through their fears and conquer them. What are your son's dreams? What are his fears? What's holding him back? And what can you encourage him to conquer in the next 2 or 3 months? As for our bookstore, we had it for 3 years, the length of the lease, and then sold it. It was not as successful as we would have liked, but the experience was unlike anything else. We built a community. We had customers come into that store whom I cried with and prayed with because it was my business and I could. I had one mom bring all of the Star Wars books her sons had purchased from my store and simply give them back to me. Her son had recently died of cancer. He loved my store and she wanted me to have them. I have no regrets. Getting out of our comfort zone can be hard. Humans are creatures of habit, but both we and our sons are capable of so much more than we often realize. Unless we're willing to push through fear and uncertainty, we may never discover what we're truly capable of. In Joshua 1:9 it says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." As Christian moms, we want our sons to experience all that life has for them. We want them to have a bright future and not hold themselves back from opportunities, growth, and the plans God may have for them. This is our chance to lead by example, to be courageous, to try new things, and to encourage our sons to embrace life to the fullest. If this episode of Raising Boys with Purpose encouraged you, please like this video and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of this podcast. And if you're raising a teen or young adult son and want encouragement and practical guidance, come join us in the Raising Boys with Purpose Facebook community. The link is below. Thanks for being here today. Now grab your iced coffee, hug your son, and remember, you're raising him with purpose.